Hey, it's Walter Van Dusen at NAB Show 2024. We are with ARRI.
Hi there, I'm Chase with ARRI. Just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the products that I'm passionate about at ARRI. The one that you see here is part of our camera stabilizer systems. We call it CSS. And a lot of people don't know ARRI from camera stabilization systems. Something part of ARRI that came around a couple of years ago. A lot of people know us for our cameras and our lights and our lenses. But CSS is a relatively new product that I really love because it makes camera movement incredibly elegant. This is one of my favorite products. It's the newest version of the Trinity. What I love about this product is the ability to have a 360-degree roll. That's amazing when you want to do a shot of a ball that's turning and you want the camera to turn with it, or maybe the rim of a car. So you can create some incredibly unique shots by being able to roll that 360 while still being fully stabilized. In addition to that, it's a great product that's just a great stabilizer when you're just walking and talking. And it's got amazing abilities that I think create incredibly dynamic shots that you don't really find with any other product. For example, if you wanted to go from high mode to low mode within the same shot, you can do that. Not only that, but you could actually look around the corner and still have a fully level horizon, as if you're following a character down a hallway and you just peek around that corner. So the CSS products, they're kind of vast. We have products like the Trinity, where we combine that mechanical stabilization with a electronic or gimbal style stabilization at the top. But we have a lot of other CSS products too. What I love about them is they're super well designed and they're easy to get cameras in and out of, similar accessories, quick mounting. They're just really efficient. So they kind of unlock a lot of creativity that you don't normally find with a lot of camera movement tools. A lot of other camera movement tools are difficult to get your camera in and difficult to reconfigure. And I think what we try to make sure with our CSS products is that it's a great experience when you're trying to move the camera, no matter which CSS product you're using. Another product that I'm really passionate about that we design and make here at ARRI is actually lenses. And we have a couple of different lenses. We have our signature Prime family of lenses, which you can find on some of the cameras in the booth. But we also have signature zooms. And what's unique about them is we have a fantastic matching set of primes and zooms. That's really hard to find for many cinema lenses. Often the primes that you get, even, they're often from a different manufacturer. And then the zooms that you might get are from a different manufacturer. And so in terms of the look of the lenses and the color rendition and different aspects, they don't usually match. And so what I have here, this is a signature zoom, and it's one of my favorite focal lengths. This is a 24-75. So this gets you a lot of what you need in terms of just average shooting. The great thing about the signature zooms are they're a large format or Super 35, and they have an incredible look. And that's something that I really enjoy about the lenses, because obviously it's one thing for them to be impressive in terms of mechanics and specifications, but the look is really what I love about these lenses. They render incredible blacks and incredible whites. When it comes to the detail and the shadows, they kind of pick up just about everything without seeming like they're lifted, for example. You get great detail all the way down to the black point. And then I love the fact that the highlights are beautifully rendered too. They kind of have a beautiful highlight roll off, kind of like our sensors do when it comes to approaching that very bright white highlight in a shot. So that's really incredible. And also the color of the lenses is beautiful. It's natural. It's kind of like looking at a beautiful window. It's really nothing that the lens gets in the way of when you're shooting something. And that's personally something that I really enjoy. I don't really like lenses that make you feel like the camera is there, like there's kind of, you're looking through something artificial. I like when the lenses just kind of get out of the way. And the signature primes do that in a beautiful way. They don't have a lot of high micro contrast, so they don't make people's skin look super, super sharp and point out all those imperfections in the skin like some other lenses. I love the fact that I can point them at people's faces when I'm shooting and people just look good. They really just make people look good. So yeah, that's really one of the other products that I really love at ARRI is our lenses.
One question, does it have, what's that focus in when you can focus on wide angle and zoom in? It's called
Parafocal.
Talk about that.
We don't make lenses that aren't parafocal as ARRI. All our lenses are parafocal when it comes to zooms. We would never make a lens that's not parafocal because we make tools for cinematographers, and that's a key aspect of it, is to have lenses that are parafocal. Also, all of our lenses, zooms and primes, have very reduced breathing, right? And that's actually characteristic I do also like about the lenses is very little breathing. I personally find breathing very distracting. So having very low breathing, not getting in the way of telling the story, not making people feel like you have a lens that's there, if you will, where when you zoom or you focus, you get a lot of image change. That's something really nice because, again, you can focus on what's in front of you, what the subject is, the actors, and the storytelling, essentially. So over here, we have one of the new products that we're announcing here at NAB, and it's the incredible new Alexa 35 Live system. You might be familiar with the Alexa 35 that we launched a few years ago, and that's a fantastic Super 35 cinema camera. It's our flagship Super 35 cinema camera with an amazing sensor, 17 stops of dynamic range, incredible new reveal color science, great low light performance and sensitivity, airy textures. It's incredible. We had a lot of customers that were doing more live production, for example, concerts, music performances live in stadiums, also live comedy specials, and even some sports customers that were asking us to bring the Alexa 35 into an ecosystem that they could use for this type of live entertainment production. And so what we have here is the Alexa 35 Live. And what it features is a front end that has the same hardware, same sensor and features for the most part as a regular Alexa 35. So what we've done though is we've actually combined it with a back-end system that we call the LPS1. And this allows us to transmit your data, video, audio, power, camera control, tally, and intercom through SMPTE 311 fiber, which is a common connection for when you're doing broadcast, for example, or live production. And that connector here is that 311 connector. Now, the great thing about the Alexa 35 Live is that you can, if you need to, separate the Alexa 35 from the back end and use it like a traditional Alexa 35, maybe putting it on a gimbal, putting it on a spider cam system or a Steadicam to keep the weight down. Now, the Alexa 35 Live with the fiber backend gives you all the features you're going to need for live production. So, for example, your connectors for intercom, so you can talk to your crew, your tally lights, like the tally light you see here, also some inputs and outputs for routing video up, your return video functionality, your reference sync. Everything you're really going to need is on the back end here, and it connects very elegantly to the Alexa 35. Now we also have a full feature set for doing this kind of production. So we've got not only a viewfinder monitor, but we've got what's called an RCP or remote camera control panel, or OCP, if some people call it an OCP. And that panel allows you to adjust all your settings remotely through the fiber at a truck, for example, or back in a control room. So in addition to adjusting color and also having camera control, you can do iris control, some lens control. So it's a complete system where you can remotely operate the camera like you would find in many live production environments. We also have what we call a base station, which is the receiver end for this LPS1 Live Production System 1. And that base station is a 2-rack unit where the fiber can be run up to 2 kilometers with SMPTE 311, or even further with single mode fiber, for example. We call it usually tactical fiber, which is ST sometimes referred to. And that can go up to 10 kilometers away, and you can power the camera locally, which is fantastic. The base station also has lots of features like downsampled outputs, multiple outputs. The system is also very unique because it has a separate fiber tunnel. So it has a separate dark fiber tunnel from the camera. So if you needed to, you could connect another camera or another device and route all of that through the tunnel itself so that it would come out at the other end as a standard fiber connector. We also have a spare Ethernet tunnel in here. It's a 1 gigabit Ethernet tunnel. So if you wanted to route some data down to the base station and pull it off, maybe you had some other different kinds of little PTZ cameras where you wanted to grab those images and route it down the Alexa 35's fiber, you can do that with the extra gigabit Ethernet tunnel that we have here with the Alexa 35 Live system and the LPS1. So it's a fully featured system for live production. You get the incredible image quality that you're known for as ARRI. And that's fantastic because you really, when you're shooting live production, you never know what you're going to run into. With concerts, obviously, you have very contrasty and colorful lighting. And when that happens, you can't always control what light's going to hit what character or actor or performer on the stage at times. So you don't want to have to adjust your lighting for a camera that can't capture it. And with the Alexa 35 Live, you don't have to worry about that. It has the dynamic range needed. It has the great low light performance when you're shooting very dim dimly lit scenes on stage, for example. Also, the color science is key, right? Because in live production, you often have some colors you can't control, maybe some LED signage, some bright concert lighting that's very, very colorful. So the idea here is that you get the best overall image quality for your live production. And what we're showing on the stage here today is we're showing examples of that. For example, a boxing match, shadow boxing match, I should say. We also have some dancers. We also have a fashion show. So we're really highlighting all of these different aspects that look great on our camera, different kinds of production. We also have our friends from Clay Packy, which is an ARRI company that makes moving lights out of Italy, a big, very big company that makes stage and theatrical and event and concert lighting. And they've got some incredible lighting fixtures that will move around and follow the talent and just look fantastic with some brightly saturated colors for these performances. So that's really great to see the rendering of the camera with that.
So I just wanted to thank Chase for taking time out of his day. This is the Wednesday, last day of NAB show 2024. And thank you very much, Chase.
You're very welcome.